We begin in the nation's capital, where members-elect of the House of Representatives are set to receive their certificates of return from the Independent National Electoral Commission. Now, according to INEC, winners have been declared for 423 national legislative seats, while supplementary elections will be held in 46 constituencies. At the House of Representatives, 325 out of 360 seats have been won by 8 political parties. The governing APC won 162 seats, PDP clinched 102 seats, the Labour Party has 34 seats, and NNPP has 18 seats. Let's join our correspondent, Tijesu Adeoye, who is live at the International Conference Center, where this is happening, to bring us up to speed. Tijesu, bring us up to speed what is happening at this time.
All I can tell you is that the hall today is a lot more fuller than what we had yesterday. If you notice, we were supposed to have about 96 senators and their supporters right here in the hall, but it's a lot more different this time because we have more people. We have, according to INEC, 325 seats have already been declared out of 360 seats, so separate from what the supplementary elections that is going to be conducted right after in areas that the elections didn't hold. The mood here is quite, joyful. Everybody is glad to be here. Everybody is happy to be here, to celebrate with those who have been elected. And also, we had the opportunity of speaking with some of the elected members who expressed joy and, gladness that their constituents could also bestow trust in them to re-elect them into the House of Representatives. We noticed that a lot more political parties are going to be in the 10th National Assembly. Even INEC registered it to be the assembly that has varying parties. We have about 8 parties, represented in the House of Representatives this time around, which is separate from what we usually know. Now we have ADC having 2 members in the House of Representatives. APC has 162. APGA has 4 representatives in the House of Reps. Labour Party has 34, which is a new one. NNPP has 18 members. PDP has 102 members, SDP has 2, and YPP has 1. And like I said earlier, we've spoken to some of these member-elects, and they are also, some of them also already have a legislative agenda, going into the 10th Assembly. They are already looking forward to, working on the Electoral Act because, these elections already exposed some lapses, and they hope to work on this Electoral Act to correct some of these mistakes and some of these lapses. Also, they also hope to consider the CBN Act and also the powers of the the CBN governor. This is going to be quite an interesting 10th Assembly going forward. And also, they are also looking forward to, bringing law reforms that promote youth inclusion, women inclusion, local government autonomy, a lot more. So it's going to be an interesting 10th Assembly. But right here in the Coalition Center, they are already beginning to receive their certificates of return. And, their supporters wish them well, and they also hope to bring a lot to bear in the 10th Assembly.
Yes, one question that I'm certain will be of interest to a majority of persons watching is if we have an appreciable number of women representation this time around, unlike what we saw with senators-elect yesterday.
The number of women representation is still very low compared to what we had in the 9th Assembly. According to, because the supplementary elections are yet to be over, so we can't really conclude on the numbers. But as it stands, I believe we have about 16 members. I'm not really clear with that figure. But the number of representation in the House of Reps is quite low. That's for the women, it's quite low. But the men there have said this will be mitigated in some ways. With some of the senators-elect I spoke to yesterday, hope and advise the president-elect and also, state governors that they should also consider women for appointments, to also bridge this gap of the low representation of women in governance. So they are also looking forward to, since they are not elected into the assembly, they encourage women to also participate participate in governance, and they also advised the president-elect and also state governors to look at appointing more women in their cabinets in this new administration.
All right, Jesu, and by the way, happy International Women's Day. We'll definitely come back to you for more updates.